The next question basically is supposed to be focused on pharmacy heads. It's not for doctors. The question is that pharmacy heads are not convinced with Velimixin, and they still prefer conventional Polymyxin B due to the higher price margins offered by other companies. They ask for similar kind of margins for Velimixin also. So to answer this question, I think we have to first of all review the key principle of healthcare, that is, most important influence for the pharmacy head should be recommendation of doctors. As patient comes to hospital for treatment by doctors, not for purchasing medicines from pharmacists. And ultimately the responsibility of patient's well-being is borne by doctors. So to a large extent, written recommendations from multiple senior doctors, HODs, should be helpful in ensuring availability of Velimixin in the hospitals. We can choose 5 to 10 doctors from medicine, critical care, nephrology, pulmonology, or more number of doctors also for larger hospitals for getting their recommendations, and then going back to the pharmacist for pitching for availability of Velimixin. I think that should be largely good enough for making Velimixin available in hospital formulary. However, if we have to still discuss with pharmacy heads, we can try it this way, that Velimixin is an innovative research product whose patent application has been filed, and a lot of research efforts have been made in exploring different options, techniques, and development of this innovative solution. Thus, this novel solution, this novel formulation of Polymyxin B offers added renal safety for critically ill patients suffering from life-threatening infections such as HAP, VAP, and sepsis, while maintaining the drug's efficacy, which is very crucial in those conditions. As with colistin or Polymyxin B therapy, if a patient develops an irreversible acute kidney injury or a nephrotoxicity, it is highly likely that they will have to live rest of their lives on dialysis or waiting for kidney transplantation, which could be prevented with Velimixin. And regarding the cost of Velimixin, it is not right to compare it with the cost of generic Polymyxin B. The generic Polymyxins, as we all know, are associated with side effects such as nephrotoxicity, and in spite of being discovered 60 years ago, their usage was stopped in 1970s itself due to these side effects. And ultimately, currently, it is because of the resistance against the last resort antibiotics like meropenem that doctors have to again reconsider usage of Polymyxin Bs or Polymyxins. And this is the reason our research team also worked and developed this relatively safer version of Polymyxin B while maintaining its efficacy. And a lot of time and effort by our research team has gone into development of this unique formulation, characterizing it, performing multiple studies to confirm the outcomes, getting them scrutinized, published in peer-reviewed journals. So long story short, research is expensive, so the price of Velimixin cannot be compared with any other generic Polymyxin B brands. And this concept could be correlated with the liposomal amphotericin B and the conventional amphotericin B, which is available already in your hospital also perhaps. And more importantly, the MRP for the patient, the cost of Velimixin is almost same as any other brand available for Polymyxin B in India. So this way we can basically highlight the key points, what benefits we are offering, what benefits, what the cost benefits Velimixin offers to the patients. And I think it's reasonably safe, so that actually would be useful for the patients, so ultimately useful for the hospital also in the long run. So pharmacists should look at things in the long run and consider uh, Velimixin as per recommendation of the hospital doctors. So this is how we can basically handle this particular query or objection. So do share with us the feedback of this approach with your customers.